Theater Project. I want to thank you all for coming and blessing me with your gifts, with your time, support. The whole how Charades got started. So Charades got started when I was a case manager at a youth homeless shelter in Fort Lauderdale, Florida called Covenant House. My background includes community outreach, working with young people, and education. So that's the mix that I kind of come and bring. And so as I was a case manager, working with young people, I noticed they had all this energy, and I'm like, they need something constructive to do. But I noticed like they were always acting out, just for no reason. They were just acting out different characters, different voices, like just anything. And so I got to think, so you know what? This might be a good incubated ground to actually, bring my love of the arts and theater for them. And so I proposed it to the residential director at the time, Sister Nancy, and she allowed me to do it. And here's the funny thing, they allowed me to do it, her and the life skills director, they allowed me to do the project with the thought process that it wasn't going to work. Like I remember the life skills director telling me, he was like, I really didn't think it was going to work, to be honest with you. I was like, well, thanks. And so I started it, and at first, as with anything creative with arts, it was great big interest, big rush. Everybody came initially, and then everybody lost interest. And I realized quickly that the momentum depended on me in order for it to be successful. And so, big group, matriculation of 2 or 3 at a time. Big group again, matriculation of maybe 1 that day. So finally I decided, like, you know what, forget it, I'm going to do a performance. So I posted a performance, sign up, and I went full force with it. 2 weeks literally prior to the first performance, nobody came to the rehearsal, and I was scared. I was like, oh boy, I don't know if this is going to work. And so I was there, and I was actually about to leave. I was like, well, because I waited for about 15, 20 minutes. I was like, well, nobody's coming, so I might as well go. And I was about to leave. Literally, one young man came in. He was like, Miss, are we still having rehearsal? And I was like, well, nobody else came, so you'll be the only one. And then I thought to myself, I'm not going to punish him for actually following the directions and coming through because he wanted to participate. I was like, you know what? Let's do it. You here, you want a rehearsal, let's do drama. So as soon as I did that, 8 more people came in right after him. And that was a whole new cast. The cast that I had prior, they dissipated. I don't even remember what happened. Like, they just disappeared. I had a whole new cast for this. And this play was hard because it was an improvisation play based off the book by Dr. Seuss, All the Places You'll Go. So, but this cast, they just caught on quick. They caught on quick. I don't know if you all are familiar with that book, but it's really powerful. Very simple, kind of fun, but they told their own story while I narrated, and it brought down tears in the house. And they all share like very raw, authentic stories of themselves, and seeing how their lives changed through that and how they found their voice through that, with me just kind of coaching and directing them, let me know recognizing this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's how Charades was born. So I was at Covenant House for 3 years. I did 6 other performances and plays subsequently after. I did a couple of musicals there. We did some performances for the holidays, and we did All Places You'll Go Again. So that's how I got started. Then I left Fort Lauderdale. My grandfather passed, and so I left. And then I got a job in Miami, so I came back. And I decided, I was like, you know what? It's time to go all or nothing now. And so I decided to start Charades Youth Theater Project on my own as an actual official business. So I've done several other projects, including work with University of Miami Health Initiative. I've utilized Charades through my AmeriCorps project when I was at ECHO. And I've done a couple of workshops, like this past summer I did 2 workshops, one here in Burlington and the other down in Miami. And now I'm going to be doing a musical called No More Strange Fruit. The title, I kind of feel it's almost self-explanatory. I mean, we see the news, we see what's going on in the media, this persecution of domestic terrorism that's being brought upon Black and brown bodies by law enforcement, but more importantly, through the system in place that's perpetuating That system is not broken. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's doing exactly what it's been doing in this country for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And so I have written a musical to counteract all these things that are being said. Like, I appreciate what you were saying about the media. You're saying the little bitches behind media and saying all these different things, because it's true. People have gotten very, very brave via social media, the social media platform, with their hatred and how we deserve a lot of these things that are going on, which simply isn't true. You know, there's a lot more history to it than, you know, what sounds good to them. So, all right, gentlemen, thank you. That's what the play is about. I'm working on a few things in Miami and here, Burlington collectively, my organization. It is a 501c3 nonprofit. Shout out to my husband who pushed me to go forward with that. So the organization works out of both states because I'd say official, even though it's been around longer than since I've been here in Vermont. But I work out of here in Vermont and also in South Florida and Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So you'll be hearing me every now and again through Brother Rajani here. I'll make out connections and whatnot, but I plan on I want to do the musical here, but I also plan on making connections with other surrounding cities in New England, because I find that out here in particular, people of color, we're so isolated about our history, but yet we're all feeling the impact of it. And so I feel like it's just really important for us to see that and know, like, hey, we see you, we know it's there. This story needs to be told in its authenticity in the correct way. And so the project is very near and dear to my heart. I look forward to bringing it to the public soon. The fundraiser is so that I'm able to pay the actors and actresses. Since it is a musical, musicals are hard, they're not easy. If anyone who's a drama head, they know you have to put in work for it. And so that's it in a nutshell. I have information about my organization in the back. Feel free to donate if you like. Tell your friends. Please take a card. Please take my information. I have two pieces that I prepared for this evening, and then we can go ahead and close out. So this first piece is called Good Night. Wide awake, hoping, praying, nothing's at stake. Moving through the room, feeling out of place. There's nothing more to be said. Maladjusted to this way of living, my soul feels dead. They said life is worth being here. They said just follow all the rules. But those cliches don't apply. Living in my fear. Watching souls stolen from their bodies. A day, a moment, a second too soon. So now I'm being forced to close this chapter, though it isn't right. As the spirit leaves your eyes, you no longer have to fight for your dignity to exist, to be magnificent, to be human. No obstacles or systems preventing you to see the fruit of your ancestors' toil, bloodshed, and tears, while still being denied to succeed. To succeed? But the society would try to convince me, have me to concede, that seeing you lying in a pool of red was the inevitable fate caused by uncooperative deeds. Was the inevitable fate caused by uncooperative deeds. Therefore excusing why I'm seeing you here in this casket dead. You should have did what was told, what the officer said. She knew she had it coming. She made her own bed. Now we all must say goodnight, praying that another's blood will arbitrarily be shed. And this last piece is called We Black Humans. No more eradicating our future's lives for media porn, backlash, and scorn. No more heavy-hearted sighs when we hear sirens in the air, preparing to bear another Bobby bullet laden, another community in despair. No more high levels of apathy because of disasters we see. Futures bleak, full of unethical compromise, positivity we seek. Yes, we dare to dream, reclaim our dignity even when it feels that we are despised. Yes, we too deserve the right to live. It isn't your privilege to give. Humanity doesn't have to be your race. Our children want to breathe, laugh, and play, grow to their full brilliance each and every day. No longer will we allow their importance to be stifled just to save face. Thank you all.
I want to thank Niami. Give her a warm round of applause, guys. Everybody can join us in the circle. We're going to close out now.